Hello, my name is Nihad Al-Sharif. I'm a professional engineer and a senior IEEE member. Today, I have the pleasure to talk to you about codes and standards. But before I start, I would like to share my disclaimer with you. Although I'm honored to serve on different technical committees, including but not limited to the ones on the screen, I'm not talking on behalf of any of these organizations. What I'm going to share with you is my own opinion based on my experience and involvement with the electrical industry. My contact information is on the screen. Please feel free to reach out. Let's start. Module 12, IEEESA Standards Development Process. Today, I have the honor to be joined by my friend Jonathan Goldberg from IEEE Standards Association, and he'll be talking to us about IEEESA Standard Development Process. Jonathan, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure. Thank you, Nihad. Thank you very much for having me. I'm a manager of operational program management at the IEEE Standards Association, and I'm very happy to go over the IEEE Standards Development process as well as some additional information around that.
Great. So I think we're ready to start. And I would say, Jonathan, why don't you give us an overview of IEEE-SA and the standard development process that you guys use?
Sure. The IEEE Standards Association is just one organizational unit within the IEEE. By leading a consensus building organization that nurtures, develops, and advances global technologies via the IEEE mission to foster technological innovation and excellence for the benefit of humanity. The IEEE-SA manages and facilitates that standards development process via the IEEE Standards Association Standards Board, which authorizes all standards development activities for the IEEE-SA. All new standards development projects are presented to the IEEE SASB and are developed via working groups convened under standards committees within IEEE's Technical Societies Standards Committees. Through this process, it is a consensus open process in which all individuals and organizations that are participating bring in their technical contributions, expertise, and understanding of the needs of the community to develop high quality standards for the industry and markets that they serve. So with that being said, the IEEE-SA is a global standards development organization that allows the participation from individuals and organizations from all over the world.
Thank you for sharing this with us, Jonathan. I guess I'm curious to know what types of standards IEEE-SA developed. Would you share more on this one?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. There are several types of standards that are developed in IEEE. There are standards, recommended practices, and guides. Standards typically describe mandatory requirements, whereas recommended practices describe technologies of a preferred method of implementation via the consensus of the working group developing that standard. And also guides where there may be potential different options available for implementers of the standards and different means of implementing the technologies described. They all follow the same standards development process, the same amount of rigor and consensus, but there may be a different need depending on the communities. All new standards are submitted via a PAR or a project authorization request and move through that standards development process. And when final consensus is achieved and the standards board approves those new standards, they have an active lifespan of 10 years, in which case they then move into a maintenance cycle where new revision projects may be submitted to update them. They may also be amended or modified throughout that process as well. There is some flexibility built into the standards development process for that purpose. After all, standards are voluntary in nature in their implementation. To that end, once they're completed, there's an opportunity to also develop an IEEE conformance assessment program. This can be done during standards development or afterwards, depending on the needs, again, of the community or markets or industries the standards serve. And IEEE can also facilitate those conformance programs. Who can participate in the standards development process by IEEE-SA? And it's like an open process, or how does this work? Sure, it's a great question. There are two methods of standards development within IEEE, an individual method or an entity method or a corporate method. Um, all of our standards development organizations, working groups, and standards committees are open. They do allow for participants to engage in various ways. In the individual method, participants are just that. They are the individuals providing their independent technical expertise and contributions, whereas the entity methods, the organizations that are participating are the members themselves, and they can have multiple representatives. So depending again on the need of the communities, industries, markets being served, either one of those options may be the most beneficial. But to that point, they are all open, and they are open consensus development groups whereby depending on the requirements for participation, it can vary slightly, but they are meant to allow for that open consensus building process. Typically, there are no membership fee barriers to participation. Again, under the entity method, the corporations or organizations do pay a corporate membership fee in order to participate. But in the individual method working groups, there is no fee. It is open for anyone who's interested to attend, contribute, and participate.
Jonathan, you got me excited about this whole process, and I'm sure our audience are excited too. So let me ask you. Let's just finish up our discussion today with this question: how can we get involved? If I have someone watching us here who is just as excited as me and wants to be part of the great mission and vision of IEEESA, how can they do that?
There are lots of different ways to engage in standards development activities in the IEEESA. We have all of our standards development projects and working groups and standards committees are managed in the My Project system, which is an online web-based project management tool. That is where the definitive database of active standards development projects is located. It is, again, freely accessible. Anyone who's interested in searching for or researching for existing standards development activities are welcome to log into that system online. There's also a lot of available information on the IEEESA website. It is regularly updated with the latest standards activities, as well as interactions at our governance boards. So the IEEE Standards Association Standards Board is under the IEEESA Board of Governors, and there are opportunities to engage not only at the standards development level, but also for interested individuals to participate in governance activities that can assist in updating and maintaining the standards development process. And to the other side of things in regards to the technical field of interest, individuals are also welcome to engage with the technical societies such as Power and Energy Society, Computer Society, Communication Society. Most of those technical activities groups have some standards components as well. So you can engage with at the society level in regards to standards development. You can engage at the SA governance level, or you can engage by bringing in your technical contributions directly into a standards activity. There are lots of different ways, and we do look forward to, of course, anyone that's interested reaching out to the IEEESA. There's available contact information on the website and a form you can fill out at any time to ask a general question or a specific question on a specific activity, and we're always happy to engage with new potential participants.
Thank you, Jonathan. And to add to your point, this is how I got started with my IEEESA standards activity through my society, the Industry Education Society. So, yes, if you're watching us out there, if you are part of an IEEE society and consider becoming more involved with IEEESA standard development process, you have a great opportunity out there. If you're not part of a technical society, I would highly encourage you to join a technical society with your interest and then follow the same path and join the development process through IEEESA. With that, I would like to conclude this video. Jonathan, thank you so much for your time and for joining me today and sharing your expertise with our audience. And I look forward to seeing you again, everyone, and hopefully meet in person during one of these standard development processes that IEEE, or one of the IEEE standard meetings that SA holds. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Jonathan. And please feel free to reach out if you have any questions.